Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the latest home video review from us here at FlickDirect, and for today's home video review, I'm here to talk to you all about the latest Edgar Wright film on 4K, and that is Last Night in Soho. In case if you guys have not seen it yet, like I just mentioned, Last Night in Soho is the latest film from director Edgar Wright, and it's also his first foray into the psychological thriller territory. In Last Night in Soho, we follow a character named Eloise, played by Thomas McKenzie, a aspiring fashion designer who obsesses with the time period known as the swinging 60s. She finds out that when she is in school, she doesn't really get along or fit in with her fellow, let's say, students. She finds this new place in which has this very nice, it seems to be, landlady. When she goes to bed, she has these very vivid dreams in which it shows her going back into that time period in which she sees the life of an aspiring singer played by Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays a character named Sandie. However, the more time that she sees through her eyes, the more that she sees that her beloved time period isn't as lovely as she thought it was. Edgar Wright is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time, and with Last Night in Soho, I believe he's just continuing his streak. I mean, the man hasn't made a bad movie in my eyes, and I will say this, while Last Night in Soho doesn't quite crack, I would say, like my top 3 Edgar Wright films, is in my top 5? Probably, yes. Here's the thing when it comes to the story of Last Night in Soho. You think it's going to go into a certain direction, but then Edgar Wright takes you into a different direction, and you just think, what's going to happen here? And my god, is a payoff in spades. Getting right into the audio and video quality, starting off with the video quality, Last Night in Soho in 4K is presented on an aspect ratio of 2391, and this film looks spectacular. If you guys have seen this movie, you will all know that Last Night in Soho essentially takes place in 2 different time periods. The modern day, which essentially encompasses Eloise and her fashion design school, and there's also the swinging 60s, which incorporates these beautiful brightly colored neon lights. The more modern day stuff looks great, it looks very sharp, but there's something about the swinging 60s with the neon color palette that makes it stand out so much more. One part in particular that involves Eloise chasing after Sandie's character, and Edgar Wright does this thing with his DP where he Dutch angles the camera and the lighting gets very red. I mean, very vivid red, and this section looked absolutely amazing. I will say this much, is it the best looking 4K out there? I don't quite think so, but in terms of a good HDR grade, this definitely stands up there with some of the best out there for 4K releases. Going on to the audio quality, Last Night in Soho is on a Dolby Atmos track. Now here's the thing, guys. When I first saw this movie back in October, I cannot believe it was October this film came out, holy crap. My first time seeing it was in a Dolby Atmos theater, and I had a feeling this movie would be an experience in a Dolby Atmos theater, and man, it was. And I'm so happy to say that the Dolby Atmos theater experience, going to a home theater room with Dolby Atmos speakers, translates spectacularly. Edgar Wright's films not only have great editing, which the film's editing is just a godsend, but the sound quality in this film is absolutely just, it is mind-blowing. There are certain parts in this film where the sound quality really kicks in with the channels. In particular, there's a sequence where Sandie starts to see what's going on with this time period along with Eloise, and there is a horrifying section in which it shows you what's really going on in this time period and how you hear the echoes throughout these channels, and now you're hearing screams play out on these channels. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it because it was just that good. The score by Stephen Price is great, but really where this film really sticks it in is the amazing soundtrack, especially when you hear Anya Taylor-Joy's version of Downtown, which, again, I just got goosebumps just saying that. The dialogue sounds crystal clear, it sounds crisp, nothing it sounds like it's overpowering one another. Finally, moving on to the special features, Last Night in Soho contains quite a bit of featurettes, and as a big fan of this film, all these featurettes are great. But just to give you guys a couple of examples, there's 2 different featurettes on the characters, Eloise and Sandie. There is a great featurette that goes into how they made everything work, the practical effects, of how they explored the soundtrack, to which I love the soundtrack to no end, and not to mention there's an audio commentary, and plus all of that, there is even more. All in all, what we have here is an absolutely incredible psychological thriller. Even if it isn't Edgar Wright's best film, I would definitely say it's in his top 5. Not to mention as well, incredible video quality, amazing audio quality with some great special featurettes. So guys, if you're a big Edgar Wright fan, a must own. If you love a good psychological thriller, must own. Just guys, if you haven't seen it, buy it. And if you love the film, buy it. Just overall, buy it. I hope you all enjoyed my home video review of Last Night in Soho in 4K. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for our latest home video review goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 home video reviews, please click to the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until our next home video review goes live, I will see you all next time. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.